All right, y'all. Look, I'm tired. I'm worn the fuck out. This is my, let's see, fourth time at this video. I did two other videos earlier today. One of them I liked, the other one I didn't. Then I tried to make the videos into one, and I was 30 something minutes in, and then my phone was like, fuck you, not letting me finish this video. So now I gotta do this again. I'm tired. I'm pissed off right now. So y'all probably not gonna get the best version of me for this video because I'm a little irritated right now because of this. But we're gonna work with this shit. Alright? So check this out. As the title says, one of my subscribers, I'm drawing up a blank right now. I believe your name was Clayton. If I'm wrong, let me know. Shout yourself out, brother. He wanted a video on point guard Zion. I promised I would do that. I don't have no issue with that. That was the topic I plan to tackle next week. I'm going to take care of it today. Now, along with that, some of you assholes out here have been getting on my damn nerves with the Melo versus Zoe, Zoe versus Melo. Melo's better, Zoe's better. Truth be told, Zoe is better. But I'm going to tell you why this whole shit is stupid anyway. Alright? So, I'm not going to draw this video out like I did the other ones. Like I said, I was over 32 minutes in the other video. This ain't finna be nowhere near that. This game's about to come on. I ain't got time to do this. I want to watch the goddamn game. So, y'all have to forgive me. Alright, so look. Here's the thing about Zion at point guard. I want to go ahead and lay out some ground rules real quick. There's really one reason I'm going to disqualify Zion from running point guard right now. His handles are garbage. When I say his handles are garbage, I'm not saying he can't handle the ball. What I'm saying is there's too many times where he'll dribble, ball bounces off his foot. Okay, it's okay if it happens every 15, 20 games maybe. No, like it's every game, every other game. You can't handle the ball if you have no control over your handles, right? There's no point guard in NBA history who was ever could like not handle the ball on an NBA floor. You wouldn't be on the NBA floor. You wouldn't get played. There's no reason we're going to play Zion there. There's no reason to play him there. Now, as I've always said, you never take a player completely away from something. What you do is you feed them a steady diet to improve. If, let's just, I've used this number before. It don't have to be this. I'm just giving an example. Let's just say if normally they would run him 20 times, I would knock him down 6 to 60% of that. So he'd be at 12. I'd give him 12 opportunities a game at point guard. So, before I get into that, let me say this. With the game tonight, Vic is not playing, Victor Oladipo. Along with Christian Woods, I think Dante Exum and a couple others are not playing. They're hurt, whatever. Their man John is a sore. Anyway, Josh Hart's having back spasms. He's game time decision. We don't know if he's going to play. That second unit is the unit that Zion is spending a lot of his time with. He's out of everybody, he spends the most time with them. Then probably Bledsoe. Look, and I've said this before, there's not enough ball handling in that second unit. In the first unit, you got your three wing players. They all can handle the ball. B.I., Zoe, Bledsoe. And then you got Zion who can kind of deal some things. And when the ball gets to him, he can take care of business. He can also capitalize on the fact that, hey, if he could run point guard, Zoe, B.I., Bled, or Zoe, Bled, B.I., more floor spacing. There are good instances where he can do it. But the problem is when your handles aren't secure, you're going to turn the ball over. Imagine him at the top of the key and the ball bounces off his foot. If he's got a guard on him, who's going to get to the ball first? Him or Zion? Easy turnover for a layup. That shit's already happening right now. I seen him, I think it was in the Phoenix game. Ball hit the foot, turned it over, kicked it up, got the shot. I think it happened in the Pacers game too. It happens way too much. He cannot be an effective point guard until his handles tighten up. So, again, I don't mind him playing point guard here and there to get him used to it and comfortable. But for an entire season, as a huge part of the offense, He needs, that's something he's got to work on this offseason. The potential is there. Will he be LeBron? No. Will he be CP3? No. Magic? No. Oscar Rob? No. Steve Nash? No. He will never be those guys. He's not that kind of passer. He's one of those guys who he will always make the correct basketball play, and that's all you need. That is all you need. Kevin Durant has averaged 5 assists for a career. Matter of fact, if you go look at his numbers are comparable to LeBron. He's 27, 7, and 5. The 7 is rebounds, the 5 is assists. He's underrated for the passing that he actually can do and does do. But that's all you need from Kevin Durant. You don't need all the other stuff. Passing is not necessary for every superstar player. But Zion, definitely, he's going to be like somewhere between KD. He's going to be somewhere between KD. I'm trying to think of a player who gets a decent number of assists but isn't known. He's probably like a Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol kind of guy. The numbers don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet for all the passing work and brilliant exploits that they do, but they're really good passers. But he'll be one of those guys that can get 4 to 5 assists, for a career, and that's really all he needs. Point guard, though, look, he could be in the sense of what most point guards are today. Can he drive and attack and make the correct pass? Yeah, but B.I. can do that. He's not going to be effective to me until he actually can control his handles and actually make a mid-range jump shot or a 3-ball consistently. He has the same issue that Zo had, where he can only really attack at 2 spots. And he really can't attack at 2. He only attacks at 1. But he's just so unstoppable because he's just a genetic freak. So for me, run him a couple plays. That's it. In that second unit where they don't have any other ball handling, and especially if Josh Hart isn't going to be there tonight, they're going to have to lean on Bledsoe and Zoe a lot more. Look, you cannot play him at point guard for too long. He's going to make some plays the game. You're going to be like, he's really good. And he's going to sit there and turn the ball over. You'll be like, get your ass in the post. Please get your ass in the goddamn post. It's okay. I don't mind him making a mistake again, but making a mistake because your handles are garbage is not something I subscribe to. Look, let Lonzo, Bledsoe, B.I., Kira, lesser extent, no, take care of the ball. Okay? My verdict, no go. You cannot be point guard for long. In the future, he'll be much better at it. Long periods of time, even then, no. Leave that to the professional point guards. I get that you play point guard, you have some skill, but that don't always translate. All right. My head hurts. Partly because of all the talking I've done for these videos today. But also because of the stupidity of the Ball brothers competitively against each other. Look, let me go ahead and give y'all a pregame synopsis for this of how I'm going to, frame this conversation. My definition, well, first of all, let me say this. Comparing 2 players is ineffective if their skill sets are not similar, or, for the most part, they're not of the same skill position or skill sets. What I mean by that, LeBron versus MJ is the one that everybody likes to talk about. That's a stupid debate. They require 2 different things. Freaking LeBron is the entire toolbox. MJ is the fucking chainsaw. MJ has a certain spec of team, certain select set of team compositions that work for him uniquely, and LeBron has some that work for him. You cannot say, "Oh, well, if I put LeBron with the Bulls, they would win." No, they wouldn't. That team wouldn't function. Scottie Pippen and LeBron are redundant. There's not enough shooting. LeBron doesn't want to play in the triangle. LeBron wants to dominate the ball. Doesn't work. You can't say what they're going to do. Can LeBron make it work? Yeah, but you got to change the entire scheme. If you got to change the entire scheme, thus the comparison is bad. MJ is not going to want to play on teams with guys that just want to sit on the corner, space the floor. He's not. He wants to play in a system where, yes, he's going to get the ball. He's going to be the primary first option. He needs another guy that's going to take care of all the other stuff for him so he can comfortably shoot and attack. And his job is just going to do two things. I'm going to put points on the goddamn board, and I'm going to take away somebody on defense. And I'm going to physically bully you. Can LeBron play on that team can MJ play on that team that LeBron took to the finals that got swept basically by the Warriors where JR, the one where he was like, LeBron was like, ah! No. You would never build a team around MJ like that. It just doesn't make sense. If you're going to compare MJ needs to be compared to Reggie Miller, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson. These guys play, for the most part, his same position, and these guys have the same skill set. That's his comps. Those are who you compare him to, which, truth be told, the only person that stands a chance to be compared is Kobe. And even Kobe, for sure, fell short. LeBron should be getting compared to... LeBron, like I said, is a toolbox. There's certain players, like, physically, you could compare him to Wilt. He is like Wilt. Wilt is one of those guys, whenever you're trying to compare a guy, and you're trying to, uniquely, physically, you go to Wilt. Wilt is a one-of-a-kind human being. He physically was a monster. He is a freaking specimen. Dude could play, every sport known to man, Olympic level, highest level, volleyball, doesn't matter. He can do it all. Any guy who's physically dominant, Shaq, doesn't matter. All these kind of guys, you want to compare him to Wilt. I could see you comparing LeBron to Wilt. The problem is, Wilt's toolbox ain't that deep. And truth be told, there's not too many other players in league history that's got a deeper toolbox than LeBron. Some guys you would maybe want to consider are Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Oscar Robinson, Pistol Pete. Even though Pistol Pete is kind of like a fringe, he's like the combo guard. He was the combo guard of combo guards before a combo guard was a thing. Magic, to some degree, those guys who have deep toolboxes, what they say, knows many techniques but master of none. That's your comp for your LeBron. They're different players. They need different style. They play on different styles of teams. Could LeBron play on the Showtime Lakers in the place of Magic Johnson? Absolutely. Even though they would play a little bit different. Could he go and replicate a lot of the stuff that Magic was doing? Absolutely. Especially the current LeBron? Hell yeah. But he can't. LeBron needs the ball too much. Scottie Pippen has a ton of skills, but LeBron is too much of a I want to run the show. Now when MJ left and Scottie took over, bam, that's where you go. That's where you get your LeBron, Scottie Pippen comp better. But again, they're two different players, two different things. You can't compare them. It's like comparing freaking a watermelon to a freaking cauliflower. Different. Yeah, they may be plants, NBA players, but it's not the same. Now, if we get back to the ball boys, the thing that bridges them is they're both brothers and they played the same style of ball growing up, but they had different paths going on and it affected their development. Lonzo is more akin to LeBron. He's a toolbox. Melo is more of an engine of a team. He's more of a MJ. They're different. But what they truly are is Lonzo is a versatile glue guy. He has all the skills necessary in one player to link the entire team together and make it work. Similar to how Draymond Green is to Golden State. LaMelo is the guy you would focally build the team around. You want the ball in his hands. You want him making decisions, yada, yada, yada. But he doesn't have that total versatility that Lonzo has. If LaMelo isn't scoring, he can still facilitate. If Lonzo isn't scoring, he can still facilitate, but he can show up on the defensive side. There's a difference. LaMelo has the tools to be very good, but he's so far behind from what Lonzo was in his first year. Lonzo was locking up people in his first year, believe it or not. He really was. And that was one of the things they thought he was going to be so bad at. That actually became like his biggest strength. LaMelo is not that good of a one-on-one defender. He's a lot better team defender, but he's still not that good. Lonzo's a good team defender. Lonzo's guarding an entire team. We all seen that sequence when he guarded all of Orlando back when he was on the Lakers, where he literally jumped to everybody and guarded and contained the play by himself. He is a defensive think tank or defensive fortress for the entire team. Point number one on why they are so different. LaMelo is an offensive package player. He is like one of those pistol Pete combo guards who can facilitate and can score. Now, he can't shoot as good as Lonzo. Damn the fucking stats. Lonzo has been a better shooter than LaMelo. The last 2 years that LaMelo has been in his entire career. Period. If you want to go to NBL versus college, it's not even a question. What did Melo shoot, like 22, 29%, 20, somewhere in there? Lonzo was 41%. Lonzo, even with his, is still a better shooter. And he's going to be the better shooter. What LaMelo is going to exceed Lonzo is he will always have the higher offensive gravity. He will always carry the bulk of the offensive load when it comes to scoring and passing. He will dominate the ball. He's going to have 29, 30%. 30, yeah, that's his usage rate. He is going to dribble, go penetrate, make a play. Bam. That's what he does. Lonzo is not going to have the peaks that Melo has in certain areas. But what he does have is he has so much more in areas that LaMelo don't have. He can be used in a variety of ways. Now, you can play LaMelo two ways. You can make him the primary scorer. By the way, LeVar said he's really a two guard. He should be focusing on scoring. Just FYI. In case you guys weren't paying attention to basketball or what the father said, because he clearly knows his boy. But anyway, we ain't going to get into that. He can be played as a scorer, strictly. You can say, look, man, we don't need you playmaking. Just get buckets. And Melo could go out there and get buckets. Lonzo will never be that guy, no matter how good he gets. LaMelo will eat him alive when it comes to getting buckets. If this is a bucket-getting, if this is a butt-getting competition, I want to be in the butt-getting competition. Sign me up immediately. But if this is a bucket-getting competition, there's no question I'm taking LaMelo. But LaMelo leaves a lot to be desired in a bunch of other situations. One, Lonzo is more experienced right now, right? And if truthfully, if we're going to compare them, we should compare them both when they were both in their rookie years. Okay, that would be fair. But even still, a lot of this stuff still applies. Minus the shooting. Lonzo just didn't have it. That would go out the door. But the rest of the arguments about where he is as far as the defensive stuff, the linchpin of the team stuff, that all still applies. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example about the linchpin thing. When Lonzo went out, they really didn't have anybody when LeBron was hurt. And that team couldn't do anything with their backups. Even though they tried to run B.I. Kuzma, they couldn't work. But with Lonzo, he made it work. He just melded them together. LaMelo is not going to sit here trying to meld you together. LaMelo is like, look, give me the goddamn ball. This is my team. I got my boys. We running. You know what? I'm going to make my play. You gonna make your play, you gonna make your play, and then guess what? When I got the ball and I draw them in, do your thing. That's what it is. You build the offense around LaMelo being the first or second option. You don't necessarily build the offense around Lonzo being the first or second option. You build the offense to include Lonzo. Basically, what I'm saying is you go get the pieces you need and you put Lonzo in it. This works the opposite way with LaMelo. LaMelo is the piece, and you go find the stuff that you need around him. There's the difference. Why, if they play together, they work well together. Which is why, honestly, if they do play for Charlotte or any other team in the future, I'm going to be interested because I want to see this actually play out. Lonzo's going to take care of all the dirty work. He's going to do all the dirty work for the team. The stuff that is, he'll get some credit for it, like locking down opposing defensive players, but when it comes to scoring, and they're going to make each other better. I truly believe that those two alone, even if you don't have Jello, them two alone are going to be destructive on the court. But as it pertains to the argument, this shit is stupid. It really is stupid. Okay, well, they could both pass the ball, and so what? They're different kind of passers. I'm going to tell y'all right now, in the half court, LaMelo's probably better, but in the framework of dribble penetration and making the correct passes out of that. Lonzo's good. He's not far behind. Don't get it twisted. But LaMelo is a better creator from nothing. Lonzo kind of needs it to already be created in that vein. However, in transition, Lonzo is better from half court to full court. I'm sorry, Melo is not and has not made those long distance bombs consistently that Lonzo has made. In the discussion. When they're in transition, where LaMelo shines is the plays where he's making the dribble penetration and finding the correct player on the row, or making like the flashy passes to like Magic-esque, like when you look this way and the ball goes. That's what he is. Lonzo is more of a straight passer. He's not too flashy. Look, let me get the ball where it needs to go. LaMelo is a misdirection kind of passer. I look this way. It's back behind me before you know it. That's what he is. He's got that sleight of hand stuff. And that's, what, here's I'm going to bring this home for you guys, and I'm going to end this video. Anybody here play Street Fighter? Any of the Street Fighters, the original Street Fighter, 2, Turbo, 3, Alpha, yada, yada, yada. There's 2 characters in this game. And if you like me, you already know who I'm finna talk about. There's Ryu and there's Ken. Ryu was basic as shit. He had all the necessary tools in the toolbox, and he had everything to deal with every situation. To some degree, Ken has it too, but his stuff did different things. For instance, his Shoryuken was on fire. It hit multiple times. It worked differently. But Ryu's Shoryuken was one hit, and it had more invincibility, and I don't know, that thing's hitbox and range was different. Anyway, I'm getting to the technical aspects of it. Anyway, the point is, Lonzo is boring for the most part. He's a boring kind of player. He's more of the intellectual kind of player. A lot of people don't like him. They like him in transition when he's doing all the other stuff because he's giving, the ball is moving in a way and it's like, what's going to happen? That's when he's interesting to a lot of people. That's why they like that's Zion against Minnesota. That's when people really like Lonzo. But LaMelo is Ken. Ken's stuff is just flashy as shit. He may not do a regular old Shoryuken, but when he do his Shoryuken, that motherfucker on fire. Shoryuken. You sitting there like, ooh, that is Ken. That is Melo. Ryu is Lonzo. Similar to some degree, but vastly different. And how you play or operate them varies. And they need different things. Again, to sum this up, Lonzo is the linchpin for a team. You go get your guys you need, and then you bring in Lonzo, and Lonzo's perfect. He's always that great third guy. Whatever they don't have for the night, he flexes and gives it to you. You need scoring, he can go get you some buckets. If you need rebounding, he can go rebound the ball. If you need the passing, he can go get the passing. If you need to lock down somebody, he can do it. Melo is the superstar scorer. You put the ball in his hands, and he's going to make the game magnificent. He's going to put the ball in the hole. He's going to make you be like, wow, it's like a magic show. They don't need to fight each other. They really shouldn't even be being compared. They're two sides of the same coin. One is basic, but versatile. The other is flashy and shiny and more desired. That's all. That's all. That's really all it is. They don't need to be opposing each other, guys. They really don't. Appreciate them for what they are. Yes, there's some overlap in their skill sets, which is why the Ryu Ken thing makes so much sense. They both have Hadouken, they both have Shoryuken, they both have Tatsumaki Senpyo Kukika, whatever the fuck it is. Y'all probably gonna laugh at me for that. But, they're still different in the way that they go about the way they handle business. They are better together than the sum of their parts, that's for sure. But guys, let's stop this fighting over these two guys. Let's appreciate the Ball family. Let's appreciate LeVar Ball, Tina Ball. They raised these young men. They got into the league. They're still trying to get Jello in the league. They ain't gave up on their brother. They don't need to be opposing each other. They need to be working together, because if they both shine, both of them shining is going to get Jello more opportunities. I'm just saying. Y'all have a good one. I'm about to watch this damn game. Peace.